All right, welcome to the free training. I'm very excited to share this with you. We're going to jump right in. And the only thing that I want to mention before we do is that I've taken this and where a lot of trainings try to inflate everything and kind of pad their ego and make it look like they're really super smart and all that. I've tried to simplify this down to the actionable steps because what I see happening a lot is people give all this deep, complex information, and it's overwhelming. It feels like it's too much for people to act on. And so I've tried to simplify this down to basically the 3 steps that it takes for you to make money online without struggling to get qualified for monetization from YouTube or any of that stuff. And so we're going to jump in and go through that. And if this feels simple and basic, that's because it is. That is by design. I want to make it actionable so that you can start making money using these principles today. So let's jump in. What we're going to cover is who am I and why you should listen to me, general overview and possibilities and potential of what I'm showing you, choosing your niche, optimizing for maximum views, the direct offer formula that cuts out the middleman and gets you paid instantly or gets you paid instead, and the one amazing offer you can't refuse. So, who am I? And why should you listen to me? Well, I'm a world changer since 2014 when I played a major role in getting snowboarding into the Paralympic Games in Sochi, Russia. Thanks to my creations, I invented the world's first energy storing prosthetic knee. This is me pictured climbing El Capitan with one of my designs, 2 of my designs actually, the knee and the foot here. I climbed El Capitan with the first all amputee team ever to summit El Capitan in Yosemite Valley, California. It's the world's largest exposed granite monolith, 3,000-foot cliff. It took us 5 days, 4 nights. We slept on the side of the cliff, and it was a pretty awesome accomplishment. I did that to prove the viability of these new products because everything I designed, I wanted to change the world. I wanted to prove that that it was a worthy addition to the market by showing that I could do something with my products that had never been done before. And so with those products, I've become the world's first amputee telemark skier. If you don't know what telemark skiing is, look that up on YouTube sometime. It's pretty fascinating, but it's extremely difficult. It requires a lot of strength, coordination, and I was told that no amputee would ever be able to telemark ski, so I invented a knee that made it possible for me to become the first and went on to compete as the first amputee competing in an FIS sanctioned World Cup ski race, telemark ski championships, and do all kinds of other things. I was the first extremity games world champion in rock climbing, um, and the first above knee amputee wakeboarder, all kinds of things there as well. Was also the digital marketing manager for a $200 million plus company where I learned a lot of things that companies smaller than $50 million a year tend not to understand or learn because they're just in a different market. And I was able to see how larger companies worked and how they kind of pull all these things together in a synergistic fashion, a complementary fashion where they collaborate different strategies rather than seeing them as competitive strategies. And so I learned a lot about digital marketing there that most people that have little digital marketing agencies never understand, they never learn. I've been on TV and film around the world, so I know a little bit about video. I've been on the news in Germany, Israel, Norway, Canada, the US. It feels like I'm missing somewhere else in Europe, and I can't remember what now. But at any rate, I've learned a bit about the film industry. I've been in some films as well, documentaries and other films. I've invested thousands of dollars in learning the stuff that I'm going to be sharing with you myself, and dozens of courses, hundreds of hours, and I have a plan to make us both a lot of money. So that's why I hope you'll listen to me. Let's jump into the overview here of what I'm teaching and the potential it has. And while I'm going to focus on the power of video on YouTube, um, that's not the only source. You can generate traffic using blogs, using podcasts, using social media, even face-to-face, offline things. All of that. The concept I want to talk to you about is how to cut the middlemen out so that you get paid the real money rather than them. And the way this works on YouTube is you create a video. If you get monetized by YouTube, that means that in order to qualify to be officially what's called monetized, where they will run ads on your videos and pay you for that, I believe at least two of the qualifications are you have to have at least 40,000 minutes of watch time and at least 2,000 subscribers to your channel. And then they have some other qualifications, but those are the two main ones before they will monetize your channel and start showing ads on your videos and paying you fractions of a cent for showing those ads. And the way that works is you create those videos, you get monetized. Now corporations and advertisers will pay to have their ad shown on your video. And when people click that ad, it takes them to an offer from that company. A certain percentage of people who click on that ad will see the offer and decide to buy, and the company makes money, and YouTube gets paid money, and then they pay back a portion of that money to you. So it's a long turnaround before you make any of that money. It's difficult to get qualified for that money, and these advertisers are doing this because it works for them to make the real money. So why not simply cut them out of it, provide your own offer where you make the real money, and run your own commercials, your own ads on your videos, sending people to your offer. The way that works is you create your offer, whatever that offer may be, and you run your own commercial. So you'll see this. A great example of this is if you know JP Spears. He makes really funny videos. His kind of comedic narrative on politics and health and relationships and all of these things. And then at the end of his videos now, he's saying, hey, check out my latest shirt. And he's selling shirts. Okay. Um, I'm going to go into what kind of products you can offer, what kind of offers you can provide, and what the smartest offers are in my mind. In my opinion, the smartest offers are going to be offers that don't require you to manufacture anything, to pay up front for anything, to manage and carry inventory on anything. So virtual products, essentially, is what I'm saying. These are products that once you've made them, they don't cost you anything more to sell. So whether one person buys it or a million people buy it, it your cost doesn't change. It's there, and now it's 100% profit, and you can be asleep in a hammock in the Bahamas while people are buying this, and you don't have to worry about the money's just rolling in, right? So that's what we're going to talk about. But the concept here is to do basically what these advertisers are doing. You cut them out of it. And one thing that's really important that I'm doing right now, right here, when you came because you saw an ad that said, hey, if you'd like to know how to make money online without this struggle, click the ad in the description below. Okay, that's kind of my formula for the easy pitch, which I'll go into in a bit. but that's the formula for turning your traffic into customers, or bring that traffic over to a landing page which captures their information, right? So I ask for your name and your email address in order to get this free course. That's my ethical bribe, is what it's called. I'm giving you something of value in exchange for your information, because people are careful about their information. They don't want to be spammed. They don't want to get like they don't want to be sold, right? People love to buy, they don't like to sell. That's Jeffrey Gitomer from the Little Red Book of Sales. Okay, so um, I'm giving value in exchange for your information, and I'm going to honor that information by not abusing it, by spamming you, but I'm going to build a relationship with you by sending you emails of value. I'm going to be sending value, and this page is going to take you to a Godfather offer, which is we call it a Godfather offer because it's an offer so good you can't refuse, right? Nobody's putting a gun to your head, but you're going to see the value of this offer that has deliberately been designed to be such a good offer that you would have to be a brain dead moron to say no, right? And that's not because we're being pushy or salesy or trying to force you. It's because we've designed an offer with so much value that anyone that gets to that point of seeing that offer is going to recognize that value and say, oh my goodness, like these guys are offering me a Ferrari for the money that's sitting in my wallet right now. Like, how could I say no, right? And so that's kind of the model here. You want to build your list because having a list is an asset, and I'll explain more about that in a moment. But you build your list by having a landing page. That then lets you retarget, remarket your offer to the people on that list, which increases your odds of making sales. Okay. And when they finish that offer, it also takes them over to, or when they finish that landing page, when they fill out the information on the landing page, it takes them over to the offer page, which is where you are right now. So I'm including this free training on the offer page. At the end of this training, I will have an incredibly amazing, insane offer that's so good that most of you who see that will jump right in, and you will thank me for that offer, and it will be an offer you can't refuse. Some people will, they'll say, no. And that's usually more about them than it is about the offer. You're going to get people, if you truly have an offer as good as what I'm going to show you, then most people won't refuse. But the ones who do are refusing because they know that they won't actually take action on them. It's not that they think that your offer is not good enough or that it's not worth it. It's that they know, yeah, you know what, this sounds great and this would be awesome, but I just don't have the drive, the dedication, the motivation, the discipline to take advantage of this, and so I'm not going to engage. Everyone else, the people that you want to work with, the people who you want to buy it, are going to see the value of that, and they're going to jump right in. And then you make that money directly rather than making fractions of a cent for the advertisers who were out there to make that money directly because this works. Okay, so what we have here is we have a model that works. It's proven by advertisers spending millions of dollars with YouTube to advertise their products on your videos. And all we're doing is we're saying, okay, we've got a proven model here. Now let's just position ourselves in that position where we make the real money. We make the direct money rather than those advertisers who proved the model, who have proven the system. Okay? And the way you do that is by creating videos about whatever you want to. Okay? And we'll go into choosing your niche a little bit later on, but you can make videos about literally anything. You don't have to be an expert at what you're selling or what your offer is, to drive traffic to that offer. The video that brought you here may not have had anything to do with making money online. But that is the single most common interest, most common desire that people have out there, is making more money with less pain, right? Think about it. When we meet somebody new for the first time, what's one of the first things that you ask each other? What do you do for a living? Oh, what do you do for a living? We identify with how we make money. That tells you more about a person than anything else. And it's very common that, it's not common at all that you ever meet somebody where you say, "What do you do for a living?" And they're like, "What? A living? What do you mean? I don't do anything for money. I do things for fun. Like, why aren't you asking me what do you do for, you know, just for whatever?" And I guess ultimately we do ask those questions once we know what people do for a living, but you never meet anyone who the idea of making money is foreign to them. Even trust fund babies who don't have to make money, um, if you ask them, "Hey, what do you do for a living?" If they're honest, they'll just tell you, "Oh, well, I'm a trust fund baby. You know, I have all the money I want." But it's still focused on money. When you're children, you ask, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" And the answer is, "What I want to do for money when I grow up," right? People are like, "Oh, I want to be a professional," that means paid, "basketball player. I want to be a professional athlete. I want to get paid for doing sports." Or, "Oh, I want to be a fireman." Okay, great. You want to risk your life and fight fires for free? Well, no. I mean, obviously, I've got to get paid enough to pay the rent and to take care of my family. I want to get paid for it, but that's how I want to get paid. That's how I want to make money. I want to be an astronaut. Whatever it is all about money. So that is the single most common desire among people. And that's why my course is about money, because I can make videos about any topic I want and know that I'm going to find people who are interested in whatever quirky topic that video is about, who are also interested in making more money and spending less effort so they can focus more of their time on the thing that they're interested in that's not making money. They can spend more time focused on their family, their friends, and travel and things that they want to do that they really enjoy, that they typically don't get paid for. I'm going to show you how to get paid for those things. All right? And that's something everybody's interested in, virtually everyone. Okay, so let's talk about the potential here. If you were to do this and you were to commit to consistency, and let's say that you're going to make one video a day, 5 days a week, one video a day that earns you 40 views a month, which is very reasonable. It doesn't take much to ensure that your video is going to get at least 40 views a month. And you do that 5 days a week, then every month you're adding 800 monthly views to your channel. Okay? After 50 weeks of doing this, let's say you take 2 weeks off for vacation sometime in the year, but 50 weeks out of the year doing 5 videos a week, you would have 10,000 videos a month in monthly views. Your channel would be experiencing or earning 10,000 monthly views, and that's 120,000 views a year, right? So let's imagine that you only got a 1% conversion to your own offer from these views. That's very low, right? I'm really trying to lowball this as much as possible. At 1% conversions to a offer, to an amazing offer, okay? Your offer has to be amazing. You could make offers that wouldn't get even 1% conversion, but if you have an amazing great offer, you should very realistically be able to get at least 1% conversions to that offer, right? And that would give you 1,200 conversions a year. And if that offer followed the low ticket model, I like to call this the Walmart model versus the Ferrari model. You got high ticket offers, virtual products that cost anywhere from $1,000 to $25,000 and even more. And then you've got low ticket offers that are anywhere under $500. Basically, people say $497 is a low ticket offer. $297 is another common price point. Low ticket offer. $97 low ticket offer. I'm basing these numbers on $27. That's like the bottom of the barrel, right? That's less than a tank of gas. That's less than a cheap date. That's less than it costs for you to drive to Costco, walk in, grab a large package of toilet paper, and walk out, right? For your time, gas, and the product would cost you $27 just to buy toilet paper. If you could make 1,200 sales a year of a $27 product, that is $32,400 a year. And that's not quite the median wage, right? Median wage in America is, I think, $53,000, $55,000 a year. So that's not quite there, but that's something like an 80%. That would be like an 80% raise. Let me ask you, if you went into work today and your boss said, hey, we'd like to ask you to spend an extra 40 minutes a week with us, and we'll give you an 80% raise. We'll give you a $32,000 a year raise if you do that, raise you from $55,000 to $87,000 a year. $87,000 is more than like 90% of the world makes, 90% of America, and like 99% of the world make less than $87,000 a year. And for an extra 40 minutes a week, would you get excited about that? Absolutely, of course you would. Would it be worth a $27 investment to you if they said $27 and 40 minutes a week for only 50 out of the 52 weeks of the year, and we'll give you a $32,000 raise? Most people would be doing cartwheels, right? Now let's imagine if you were to do a full-time college effort. You were to put in a full-time effort or a college effort for this, and you said, I'm going to dedicate 8 hours a day. I'm going to make one video an hour every day that only has to get 40 views per video. And if you're putting an hour's worth of effort into it, you certainly should be able to get more than 40 views. But let's just keep this bare minimum. 40 views a month for 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, is going to earn you 320 monthly views added every day. So out of 20 days, along there, something like that. I don't remember the exact math on this, but you would be earning 80,000 views a month. And after 12 months, if you only got 1% conversions, that's 800 conversions a month, right? 800 times $27 is $21,600 a month that you could be making. Now that's pretty good. After 12 months, that's over $250,000. That's $259,200 a year, and that puts you, I believe, smack dab in the top 1%, that villainized, horrible, evil 1% of the people that make the most money. That might be the top 5 or 3% in America, but I believe that $250,000 a year is all it takes to be in the top 1% in America. and certainly be doing better than the rest of the world. And that's if you gave it the legitimate full-time try. So, and that's passive after this. Most of us are willing to put in 8 hours a day for a full-time job to bring home an average wage of around $55,000, and we have to do it again the next year too. This is, if you put in the same amount of effort for 1 year, you could passively have this income rolling in while you're on vacation, while you're spending time with your family, while you're off building wells and getting clean water for villages in Africa. You could be doing anything you want, anything you enjoy, and you could be making videos about that and continuing to grow this, but this could be passive. This is like $250,000 a year for your retirement after 1 year of effort, a full-time effort. Doesn't that sound better than your typical retirement where people save and they're banking on compound interest and they're putting money away to build their retirement for 40 years, and then at the end of it they get like $10,000 a month to retire on? In 1 year you could beat that scenario doing what I'm showing you here. So that should be pretty exciting for you. I know I don't talk like I'm very excited. I talk kind of slow, and I'm just kind of like, I'm not an animated salesy kind of person. This is just all real to me, and I love this. I get very excited inside, but I'm just not an animated person like a lot of people that do these courses, and that's okay. I believe that there's personality types out there that match my personality type and that don't like the bubbly animated fast talking, all that. There's going to be other people who like my style, and there's going to be people who put up with it just for the sake of the message, because they get excited about $250,000 a year. So if you did that for 4 years, you could be making $1 million a year passively. How great would that be? So that was a repeat of the slide. I need to take that out. Okay, so let's talk about how to choose your niche. In America, they say niche. In England and the Isle of Man, Wales, some of the British places I've lived, and in Canada, where my mom is from, they say niche. So I prefer niche, but your niche or niche. So let's talk about choosing your niche. Okay, what are you good at? All you have to do is think about these things. So I'm gonna give you a few questions. I want you to think about these things, and this could be what you build your channel around, and you can build multiple channels. In fact, I would recommend, if you're going to do the 8 videos a day thing, to have 8 channels. And if that's not your gig, if you're really only focused on one thing, you're like, no, this is my gig and I want to do one thing. Great, do 8 videos about that each day. Break up your recording time into 8 sections, 8 shorter videos. You want them to be at least like 3 minutes long, 3 to 5 minutes long. For YouTube ads, it's good to have your videos be at least 10 minutes long. For something like this, like it's good for YouTube ads because then you're showing more ads on your video and you're making more pennies from that. So the longer the video, the better if you can get people to watch it. For something like this, it actually benefits it to be shorter because you're getting to your own ads sooner, and you want people to click away from that video. You want them to say, oh, well, that sounds interesting. I'll go and check that out. Okay? You don't typically want that on your own videos. I mean, people do because then they make more money if somebody clicks on it, but it's kind of like a balance between, do I want people to watch my whole video, or do I just want them to go and click on that ad? And with running your own ads, your own commercials to your own offer, yeah, you want them to see that. So you want to make sure that your video is short enough and interesting enough that they get to that point, that they see that, and that they hopefully click the link in your description. Okay, so Answer to yourself, what are you good at? What are you already doing? What can you film that you're already doing every day? There's girls out there who simply hit record while they do their makeup in the morning. And it's genius. They get millions of views for something that they're already doing anyway. So every one of us has 24 hours in a day. We're already spending our day somehow. We're already having thoughts and conversations and saying things and doing things. And in a lot of cases, you could monetize those efforts by simply hitting record. There are a million ways to do that. And if you browse through YouTube with this in mind, you'll start noticing that. You'll be like, wait, this person's just recording what they're doing anyway. Like if you play an instrument, if you practice every day, just put a camera on a tripod and record your practice and then split that up into a bunch of different videos and tag your little pre-recorded commercial onto the end of each one. Hey, if you'd like to this without that, check out the link in my description below. Boom. And that's the one simple edit that you have to make to suddenly be driving traffic to your offer instead of somebody else's offer, is you just tag that on to the end of all your videos, and it's no extra effort to just record what you're already doing. You might make breakfast every morning and you actually cook breakfast. You don't just like do cereal, and you want to just hit record while you're making scrambled eggs, and you don't even explain what you're doing. You're not telling people how to do it. You're just recording doing it, and people will actually watch that. Okay? What are you passionate about? What causes matter to you? What do you enjoy? What sports and activities do you find enjoyable? What things do you do for enjoyment? What do you hate but you have to do anyway? Maybe you have to do yard work and you're good at it because you were raised to do a good job and you were taught how to do it. Just like I was taught how to clean toilets. I remember my mom teaching me how to clean toilets. I had a bunch of brothers and me, and so there was always pee all over the toilet on the outside and the floor, and my mom taught me how to do that. She taught me how to do dishes, and I hated doing dishes. You can make videos about things that you have to do that you don't like, and you can get views from that. So you can turn something you hate into a money generating activity simply by hitting record on that. What are you learning? A lot of people think that they have to be an expert at something to make videos about it, and that's not true. A lot of people are willing and enjoy watching the learning experience. They want to see your journey, your progress. So you might be losing weight, and they want to see daily videos about your progress. Oh, now I'm working out. Oh, I'm weighing in. Oh, I've lost 5 pounds in the last month. This is great, and people will watch that. You're not a fitness expert yet. You're not a linguist yet. You're not a professional guitarist, but people will watch your journey because they're on a journey themselves. And when they're on a similar journey, they like seeing that progress. So think about things that you're learning, progress that you're making. What do you have opinions on? If you've got political opinions and you want to talk about that, there's a lot of people who like to hear like-minded people talk about their similar opinions in politics and about current affairs, about pop culture, about like gossip. All these things people will watch. And if you have an offer to send them to, you're finding traffic, you're finding an audience, and then sending them to an offer where you can convert even just 1% of them and replace your full-time living, depending on how many videos you make. Where are you from, or where are you going? People love to know more about travel. So in your own town, start calling some of the restaurants and the shops and say, hey, I don't charge anything for this, but I make videos. It's how I make money online. And I'd like to come in and just show people around your restaurant and tell them 5 interesting facts around your restaurant. I was wondering if you would allow me to do that. And if you could answer 5 questions for me: when did you guys get started? What was your story? What's the most popular item on your menu? Who's someone famous that's eaten here before? And um, what would you say to people, or like, do you have an offer if people come in and mention this video? Could they get a discount or something, or a free ice cream cone or whatever, you know? Um, and businesses would love that, and they'd be like, yeah, absolutely, come on in and do that. And you can do that in your own town, where you know the town, you know the area. You can do that if you're traveling places, if you're going places. You don't even have to do that when you're going places. You can just check in and be like, so now, hey, I'm sitting at this cafe in Paris, and it's so fun. And you say a few things about what you're doing. And if you'd like to know how you could get paid for traveling around and making simple videos like this, click the link in my description below. Boom. And now you're getting paid to travel. So, where are you from? Where are you going? What do you buy? There are people who make money from everything they buy. They turn what used to be an expense into a profit, because they buy something they wanted anyway, then they film themselves opening it. It's called an unboxing, and people watch that stuff. And if you unbox your new iPhone, you open it up, you talk about it a little bit, and you're like, hey, if you'd like to know how to get paid to buy a new iPhone, check out the link in my description below. And people are like, whoa, yeah, that sounds great. And you're driving traffic over to your offer. Okay. What do you practice? Do you have an instrument? Do you have a skill? Do you do martial arts? Do you play darts? Is there something that you practice every day where you can hit record on a camera on a tripod while you just do the practice that you were going to practice anyway, right? Do you practice yoga? Do you, anything you practice? Do you practice throwing a ball, throwing an axe? um, yeah, anything that you have daily practice on, that gives you content and space to create video that can send traffic to your offer. What is your job? There are auto mechanics out there who have to who have to do work on an automobile anyway. They simply hit record and talk about what they're doing, and they teach people what they're doing. And this is actually a great example. If you're an auto mechanic out there, I'm going to throw out a really good freebie, and hopefully, if you're not an auto mechanic, you can take this concept and you can apply it to whatever you do. But imagine you're an auto mechanic and you want to sell your own offer. You want to create your own offer from scratch. You could create an offer, a 48-point inspection to ensure you don't get ripped off when buying a used car. And so you show people how to change the belts on their Honda Civic, and then you end the video saying, "Hey, if you'd like to know my 48-point inspection process, if you'd like to learn my 48-point inspection to ensure you never buy a lemon, you never get ripped off when buying a used car, follow the link in the description below, and I'll teach you how to make sure you don't blow thousands of dollars on buying a used car that turns out to be a lemon." And people are going to be like, "Whoa, that's an offer I can't refuse." If they're thinking about, fixing their car, they're probably always in the mindset of saying, "Yeah, you always have to buy a different used vehicle. Um, every couple of years, you just kind of rotate through, and they're going to see that as a value, and then say, "Oh wow, yeah, this would help me save thousands of dollars." Okay, so what is your category going to be? What are you going to be doing? What kind of offer can you make? This is great because it's not a used car salesman telling you how to make sure you don't buy a lemon. It's an actual mechanic saying, here's what to look for. And anybody buying a used car is going to be interested in that. And he could do dozens of videos about tips for buying a used car and not getting screwed with a lemon, right? And then be selling that offer. And so you can do the same thing. You can have a congruent offer. You can have an offer that's completely unrelated. This is what I'm doing. I'm showing people how to make money online without struggling to get monetized by YouTube. And that's something that is very relevant to practically everyone, even if they're watching a video about auto repair or DIY project or my daily routine or anything like that. People all have to make money, and that's why I've created an offer based around that because it relates to the most people. What's your daily routine? Okay, this goes back to like the makeup or making dinner, making breakfast. If you have a morning routine for how you get up, then that's something you can do. People do, psychologists have like psychology tips and they'll talk about different things. Hey, I wake up at this time, this is what I do. I've seen videos of Tony Robbins showing his daily routine, of The Rock, Dwayne The Rock Johnson showing his daily routine, I believe. And different things like that where people are like, oh yeah, I want to see somebody else's routine and pick parts of that to see how I can improve my day by following a routine. So if you're doing something already anyway, just set your camera up on a tripod the night before when you wake up, hit record and start your routine, explain what you're doing, and you can drive traffic to an offer that way. So let's talk about the direct offer formula and cutting out the middleman and getting paid from day one, okay? The reason that you want to do this, the reason you want to create your own offer is that then you don't have to wait to get monetized. It took my son about a year to get monetized on YouTube, and it took a lot of work. And honestly, he got monetized. He made like $300. He was super excited about that, and then he was kind of burnt out. He's like, okay, well now that I've made it, I'm kind of tired of this. He didn't want to do it anymore. So I was really impressed by the effort that he put into getting to that point. But once he reached that goal, it wasn't fun enough and easy enough for him to continue doing it. It wasn't worth it to him. All right. So you want to create your own offer. And in my personal opinion, and many other experts' opinion, information products are king because knowledge is power. Knowledge on how to make money is double power because knowledge is power, money is power, and everybody needs that. And so you don't have to be an expert on making money online in order to actually make money online from an information product like that. I'll explain more in a moment, but information products are king because you don't have to manufacture them, you don't have to ship them, you don't have to deal with inventory or any of that stuff. It's a virtual product that can just make you 100% profit every sale you make. Okay? So generating traffic is the key to this. Once you have that offer in place, you need to generate traffic. That can be done through videos, podcasts, blogging, social media, face-to-face, and paid ads. And I won't go into all of that right now, but all of those and each of those are viable methods to drive traffic to your offer. And you can be driving traffic to your offer from all of those. And in a lot of cases, like the videos, podcasts, blogs, and social media, that can all be wrapped up in, like, you can produce all of that at once. So you can produce a video that you also take the audio out from that and make it a podcast. You transcribe the audio and turn it into a blog, and you take snippets of that and put it on social media, sending people to the blog where they can read it, watch it, or listen to it. And in every case, all of that content is full of your own little commercial saying, "Go click the link to learn more about X, Y, or Z." Right? That's where you pitch the free offer. And my formula for pitching that free offer, and the reason I say free offer is because you want to build a list, you want to capture their info. And so we're going to give an offer for free. Just like you're watching this training right now, this was my free offer. I'm going to give you this training for free because that builds my list, and a list is an asset. And so my formula for that is, if you'd like to, what are they going to gain? If you'd like to gain X, Y, or Z without suffering the pain of ABC, simply click the link to learn how. Okay, it's that easy. So you're creating your content, you're adding your own little commercial. This can be a one-time recorded commercial that you just drop in there every time. It can be something you say live while you're making the video. It can be something you can say in the middle of things. It can be something that you remind people of in the middle of a podcast and at the start and the end. And it's just your little thing that you've gotten down. If you'd like to benefit without suffering, simply click the link to learn how. And you tell them where the link is. The link might be below, might be in your description, might be in your profile, but you simply click the link in the description, simply click the link in the profile to learn how, and that's your little ad. It's a very effective hook. This is copywriter's gold. If you would like to gain X, Y, or Z without losing X, Y, or Z, so like if you would like to sleep better without paying for an expensive mattress, if you would like to drive faster without turbocharging your car, if you would like to something without something, because people are like, like if you just saw an ad that said, if you would like to own a Ferrari, click here. Would you click that ad? Probably not, because your mind is telling you, well, you can't afford a Ferrari. So yeah, you would like to, but don't waste your time with that, because it's not going to do you any good. Now, if you saw an ad that said, if you would like to own a Ferrari without paying more than a used Honda, click here, I guarantee you'd click that ad, wouldn't you? Like, even if you don't particularly want a Ferrari, you'd be like, oh my gosh, well, if I could get a Ferrari for less than a used Honda, I could turn around and sell that Ferrari and buy 3 used Hondas or whatever, right? And so if you'd like to get without losing or without suffering formula is very, very powerful. Then when you send that formula to pitch the free offer, that's where you capture their information, and building your list is an asset on its own, okay? Because it allows you to remarket the final offer for increased sales. And so you never want to send cold traffic straight to the offer. I mean, you can. It's not such a bad thing, but you're missing an opportunity if you don't capture their information first, so that if they don't take advantage of your offer right in that first exposure, you have other opportunities to get them to come back and take advantage of your offer later on. And so then you want to build value. You want to build credibility and trust by giving real value for free. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm sharing this course. I'm teaching you some concepts that I paid thousands of dollars to learn, and I'm giving it to you for free. And it's real value. I'm not holding anything back. I'm not trying to hide anything. I'm trying to simplify things and get as much into as little time as possible so that I can build as much value as possible for free. But then once you've done that, you make the insane offer. It's called a Godfather offer because it's so good it can't be refused. Not because you have a gun to anyone's head, but because they would have to be an idiot to not take you up on that offer, because by design you have created an offer that is so good it's like offering someone a Ferrari for less than the cost of a used Honda, right? And so That's the concept there. You make an offer that's so good, and when you've got a virtual offer, you can afford to do this. Yeah, you could be greedy and you could say, I want $1,000 for that. But it's my opinion that if you take the Walmart model rather than the Ferrari model, Walmart makes more money than Ferrari. Okay, and that's because of the sheer volume. And I've been in the position with my prosthetics where I made a lot of money from very few sales, and honestly, there's pros and cons to both. I would rather make a lot of money from a lot of sales. So if I lose a few sales one month, I don't even notice the difference because it amounts to just a few dollars. Um, but if you're doing these high ticket sales where you're doing $25,000 sales and you're putting all your effort into making one sale a month, $25,000 a month is great income. But what happens if one month you don't make it? You've lost all your income. That's a lot of money to lose, just the same as it's a lot of money to gain. So small ticket, large volume has some massive advantages, and it helps you make this an insane offer without so much effort. Then all you have to do is exceed their expectations like no one else so that you get maximum retention. You want maximum retention, you want good word of mouth, you want to exceed people's expectations and make them very happy that they took you up on that offer. So that's what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to make an offer you can't refuse. Not because I've got a gun to your head, but because I'm going to make this offer literally so good. It's about 1,000, it's worth over 1,000 times what I charge for it. Okay. But I want to teach you, I want to hold you by the hand, walk you through how to automate everything that I've shown you. I want to deep dive on each of the topics that I've shown you and take it further and really help you grasp this and hold you by the hand on this process and this journey to teach you how to automate all of this so that you can make $133,042.50 a year from only 5 videos. Does that sound great? So instead of making a video a day, 5 days a week for 50 weeks out of the month and making $32,000, you could actually, I'm going to show you how you could make 5 videos. So 1 week, automate this, and then turn your back on it. You don't have to do any more, and you could be making $133,042.50 a year. That's a lot better than the $32,400 that we talked about, right? Less effort, more money. I want to show you how to do that in this incredible offer. I'm going to also give you the 30-day jumpstart. That's a $180 value where I hold you by the hand for 30 days and walk you through the step-by-step tasks to get this set up over the span of the next month so that beyond that, it takes no more than 40 minutes of your time each week. You've heard of the 40-hour week, you've heard of the 4-hour week. This is the 40-minute work week, and it is totally doable that you can replace your full-time income and exceed it in as little as 40 minutes a week. So I'm going to give you that $180 value. I'm going to give you the channel optimization training. That's a $97 value. I'm going to give you the video optimization training to optimize each individual video. That's a $97 value. I'm going to give you the virtual product mastery, how to create your own course, key concepts that make your course successful, make it a great value, make it so that people want to keep it and appreciate you for teaching whatever it is that you're teaching, the things that you have to include in there, and how to sell it, all that stuff. That's a $997 value. That's what I've paid to get courses learning these things. And I'm going to give you the affiliate mastery. That I paid $497 for an affiliate course on how to make money selling other people's courses. So if you don't feel like you're an expert in anything, or you want to start making money today while you're working on building your course, that's what affiliate mastery is all about. you can sell other people's courses and let them take all the burden, let them handle returns and customer care and all that stuff. And you can just be selling their stuff as an affiliate and still make a lot of money. All right. Then I'm going to give you, and this is the most spectacular, the most unheard of, the most unusual and unique thing about this program and this offer that I'm making. I'm going to give you total resale rights to this exact same system that you are experiencing yourself right now. That's a $25,000 value. So all of that in total is a $27,600 or $365 value. All of that in total is a $27,365 value that I'm giving you, and you are able to turn around and offer that same value, that same offer to your traffic that you generate from your videos. And I'm going to hold your hand in generating enough of those videos that you can completely replace your full-time income. And all of that is, and I'm offering all of that not for $27,000. You're not going to pay $20,000. You're not going to pay $5,000. Not even going to pay $997, which is the most common price for all of these courses. But let me ask you a question. If I was charging $997 and all this did was give you a passive side income, residual passive income of $32,400, would it be worth $1,000? Yeah, it's worth 32 times $1,000, right? What if all this did was earn you an extra $500 a month? That's $6,000 a year, not even 32,000. Would it still be worth $1,000? Yeah. Passive residual income, it's worth at least 6 times that, right? I mean, how would it be if you had $6,000 extra money coming into you just for free? It cost you nothing to receive this. That would be pretty amazing, right? Yeah, that would absolutely be awesome. Now, you're not going to pay $997, even though it's worth so much more than that, even if you basically fall on your face and barely succeed, even if you massively underperform on this, it would be worth $997, right? But today, you're not going to pay $997. You're not going to pay $180. You're not going to pay $497. You're not going to pay $97. Today, when you buy this right now, the link below, click on the button, buy now, and you'll see you're going to get this right now. You're going to get lifetime access and full resale rights for just one payment of $27. That's it. One time, lifetime access, one-time payment of $27 gets you lifetime access to this, to all the updates and upgrades as we continue to improve this offer and improve this entire system. You get the commercials that you can add to your videos. You get the instruction on how to add your own videos or your own commercials if you just want to say it rather than running our ads. You get the landing page that promotes the free course, and when people sign up for that, you build your asset, you build your list, because those signups go to you. I don't get to even see those, so I'm not even building my list at this point. This is not multi-level. I don't get paid anything when you make a sale. I don't get access to your audience. You're building your own asset, you own that list, and you get paid 100% when that sale happens. And you're able to go out and make that money. You get the full course, you get the bonuses, you get the upgrades, you get everything in this course, and all of this comes with a 120-day ironclad 100% money back guarantee. Now, one caveat here is that if you use this resale rights and you go out and sell this course yourself, you're getting 100% of that money. You sign a contract that you will honor that 120-day money back guarantee. Okay? So that is your responsibility. If you buy this, if you experience that somebody does not honor that, you let me know personally at 40day or at 40minuteworkweek.com, and I will go after them. I will, if somebody else is reselling this course and they're not honoring that guarantee, I will take care of you personally and I will go after them for it. They will lose their right to sell the course and they will be forced to pay a fine that they sign in contract that that they will honor this refund policy, this 120-day unprecedented guarantee, and we'll make sure that you're taken care of. Okay, so that is part of the responsibility that's on you if you resell this, is that you agree that you will pay a fine if you ever fail to pay this guarantee, and that is a legally binding contract that I can take to court. And so buying this right now that you are secure and safe, and that that you will be taken care of. You have nothing to lose, nothing to risk. This is less than a cheap tank of gas. This is less than a tank of gas in a small car. So $27 is less than a small tank of gas. That's less than a cheap date. Anyone can afford $27, especially for the potential of making even an extra $6,000 a year passively and residually. That's $500 a month that you can buy a new car with. You can pay for a pretty decent car with $500 a month, right? You can pay other bills with it. You could put that into investment if you want to go the slow route and residual income and put that into to whatever. But I'm also going to teach you how you could put that $500 into paid ads and very quickly scale that up to $133,000 a year. And all of this is 100% risk-free, less than a tank of gas, less than a cheap date, and 120-day money-back guarantee, zero risk to you. Go ahead and click the button down below and get started right now. Thanks. We'll see you in the course.